Yeah, it says on off right there. Little van. Look right there where it's blue light. That button. Yeah, there you go.
Randy, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, Randy Lewis, man, what's up? All right, it looks like we're getting there. Yep, we're live over on YouTube now. We're live on Rick's page. Hey, Brandon, what's up, man?
What's up, Brandon?
Appreciate y'all tuning in. You know, we're gonna, like Rick said, we're gonna let everything fill up here for a minute and get everything going. And guys, welcome to another Rick and Chad Live. I think that every time we do one of these, that it passes more and more. And I can't believe how long Rick, we're coming up on a year doing this now, aren't we?
I mean, it's the second week of every month. Every month. And I was out with COVID there knocked me down there for about 2 weeks. Dad had the flu, so finally got well enough to where we can all finally show a show again. Had people ask us, hey, when you next show?
Yep.
So, yeah, it's been through some little sicknesses lately, but we're all doing good.
Yeah, and like, you know, Rick said, he got over COVID, you know, and obviously everybody understands, first and foremost, it's about health, you know. So, yeah, hey, appreciate that, you know, George. And then, you know, I called Rick on, you know, over the weekend. I said, well, how you feeling? And he's like, man, I'm getting better. And I said, well, I got the flu. And he's like, well, I think we need to hold off till the following week. And I said, okay, and I agree. And I didn't have much of a voice, and, you know, Rick's energy levels were down. And so, yeah, guys, we're glad that we're back. We're a little late, but I think y'all understand. So, guys, we're going to cover a lot of stuff tonight. We're going to talk about, you know, obviously Sam Rayburn, what's going on. We're going to talk about what's working, what's not working. We're going to talk about some stuff that's gone on lately that we want to talk about, and, you know, kind of some upcoming stuff. So,
Bassmaster League start on Thursday.
Yeah, the Open. Yeah, the Open. So, guys, we always start off like we always do. Everybody that's getting in here, thank you so much. Thank you so much on YouTube, everybody getting in here.
Hey, Jamie.
Just want to say, you know, thank you so much to Cross Bait Company. Guys, Danny Cross and Brandon Belt, they work really hard to keep all this stuff in stock. They keep everything, you know, going, and it's absolutely awesome that, you know, they're doing what they're doing. So
I mean, Danny helps us so unreal. They're getting a new machine. I mean, getting new plates in. So having some more out. Hopefully we can get Danny on here. Some of this new stuff he's Cross Baits. Yeah, I mean, things hiding over there right now. Picked up a tackle shop. Nacogdoches here, out by the pro tackle shop up there. As I tell everybody, just those guys, get all the local tackle shops. I mean, wasn't for them. All you have is box store.
yeah.
The big box store. Go to Academy right now. Ain't.
No, they don't.
They don't hardly have nothing in there.
It's painful to know that right now a lot of tackle shops are just trying to keep everything, stores and everything, and I think that's just across America, you know, America, guys. So thank you so much, Cross Baits, for supporting us and staying on top of it, Danny. You know, thank you so much to Old 18 guys. They're all American made rods. They're a great product, and a lot of care and, you know, thought and quality goes into their products. And Jeremiah, and hey, welcome, man. You know, thank you so much to that team over at Old 18. We really appreciate you guys.
Also, we want to thank Solar Bat Sunglasses.
Yep.
I mean, sunglasses out there. Price and ability. I mean, yeah, if you want to look for glasses, hey, but like I am, you know, I can go out and spend. Don't get me wrong, these are glasses, so they cost a lot.
I think they have some really affordable glasses.
But the glasses that they have are so anybody can. That's what I like about it. Is sunglasses, great sunglasses. Those wear them all the time. Just the names of all the people. Go to their Solar Bat website. You can see it.
Yep, you just go to solarbat.com, guys. I like the HP3s. I highly recommend them to anybody, and I think Rick and I can both agree on the color tint. That
And
blue
we both
green.
have the same color tint.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, you can so far in that water.
Yes, it's amazing. So guys, go check Solar Bat out, and they're running a special on a closeout on certain frames right now. So guys, go check them out. And hey, last but not least, hey, Zilla Gear Outdoors. I mean, it's these wonderful jerseys y'all see us wearing on YouTube and Facebook here.
Our hats.
Yeah, I've got crossbait hat on. Guys, if y'all don't know, they donated some jerseys to the Cast for Kids event, and the Cast for Kids event took place over the weekend. One of our friends that my wife and I know, she organized the entire Cast for Kids event. A lot of work and a lot of effort went into it. And when I went to Zilla Gear Outdoors, and I was like, "Hey guys, is there anything we can do to help them out?" They were like, "Absolutely. We'll give 2 youth jerseys to them," and they ran a drawing, and it was just great. So it's nice to see businesses like that chip in to help out, a good cause. So thank you so much, Zilla Gear Outdoors. Guys, you can go check them out, zillagearoutdoor.com. They've also got duck hunting stuff in their store that's updated now, and they got those great hats that Rick's got on right now. I love the bills. The bills on the hat are great. They form great. It's a trucker style hat. You keep it cool, so trucker style is where it's got the venting. Love it. So thank you so much to all of our sponsors that support us and help us continue doing what we're doing here.
I just want to give a shout out to Last Cast. Also, got a big plaque from
Cast for Kids. Yep.
Out a lot, and local tackle shops helping.
What's up, Jesse?
Local tackle shops helping out the community.
Yep.
That's what we want. All the local need more tackle addict. I mean, those are 3 I would definitely.
Yeah.
Check them out.
Hey, I know we're on Rick's page and we're on me and Rick's mutual page, but hey, keep an eye on my page in the next few days for a pretty big announcement. Rick knows what it is. I haven't said it out loud yet. Some of you all know, but I got a big announcement coming later on in the week. It'll probably take place most likely tomorrow, and it's going to involve one of those great places that Rick just mentioned. So keep an eye out. But hey, that's enough jazz. Let's talk fishing now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was in the tournament last Saturday.
Yeah. So Rick, hit it off with your tournament. How you went? Because I was out there Saturday too, and texted, and I was like, man, I wonder how he's doing. Like, hey Jesse, what's up, man? And I was really. I had my fingers crossed, how tough it was going on, and I was like, man, I hope Rick's doing well right now.
Yeah, because, I mean, Rayburn's been stingy.
Yeah.
And I did a little deal on my page. I'll just tell everybody that watching, man, I just started out, I hadn't been on the water that much. I was having to back up. I'm just going to go with history.
Mm-hmm.
I went to some spots where I know the bait fish. I drill.
Yeah.
So I threw old school bango. I was throwing that bango along the edge of the bass edge.
Well, a lot of people might not know what a bango is.
It's a long stick bait with a little tail on it. It's called Tennessee tackle work. I thought it was old school.
I think River to Sea makes one just for everybody out there. If you can't find them, I think River to Sea makes one it's called a prop bait, and basically, like Rick said, it's a stick bait that's got a prop on each side. I mean, my dad had one when I was growing up. I threw it all the time. Devil horse, yep, devil horse, yep.
But I just working that thing along, and and all of a sudden, boom, a 2-pounder off the bat, like the 3rd or 4th cast
on the edge of the grass.
On the edge of the grass, okay. And I'm like, maybe I'm on something. But we worked around. And, I've started catching some small dinks. I can tell the shed up next. Lily pad. I seen the wake. That fish up and down on top of it. Wound up being a 529. Pass already, and we have 30 minutes that are. I just started going down the bank. Got up. Boom! I got one more out of the grass. I got that one mango and the sun. Mango down. Went to that Azuma cod hopper. 9 to 12.
Yep.
Ask Cat Tackle. He'll tell you which one it is if you go by there. I started throwing that on lay point like you're talking about. I could feel that big.
Yes, that bill. Absolutely.
On that clay, and then drops off and whenever it come up next, drops off.
Yeah.
Boom.
Hey, I was proud. I was so proud. Hey, you guys see me jump in the chat so I could get your guys' deal. Hey, when Rick told me, he's like, "You'd be so proud of me right now." I was like, "Well, what's going on?" He's like, "I'm using a crankbait," and I was like, "Nah, I ain't talking about a square. No, I got a big crankbait on right now. I'm throwing a bigger crankbait." I was like,
9 to 12 foot deep.
Yeah, and you know, I was like, "Is it working?" He's like, "Yeah."
I mean, I've caught a bunch of spots, and me and Chad talked about that.
What's up, Ryan Brown?
You catch those spots hanging around a little bit because there might be a big mama living around there eating spots.
I've always been told that.
And boom, I got one. I caught about 3 spots in a row on. All of a sudden, boom, about 2.5 pounds.
Yep.
You know, and 2.5 pounds right now are hard to find.
Yeah.
You know, I was over at Last Cast. I was talking to Austin Lowe, and Austin's a good fisherman.
Yeah.
And like, man, they get tough to catch fish. Either you find them and they don't want to bite, or you can't find them, or like how low it is.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I'm gonna pull it up right now since Rick said it. I've got it right here in front of me. As of today, right now, everybody, the lake is 5.77 low. I do think it. Let me look. I think it might have come up just a hair compared to what it was.
It was 5.74 during our tournament. I checked it.
Okay, so no, it's still dropping. So what rain we had didn't help it. So, well, you know what? I see we got a question. Jeremiah Brumble says, let me pull it up in the chat here. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. I missed it. I'll catch it in a second. Here, I'll just use. Dad, what is your go-to? That's a great question. I'll tell you what. Let's see here. I'm changing what I like favorite wise. And Rick's talking about that Azuma. Okay. I like 8XDs and 6XDs and 5XDs. For goodness sake, that XD has been the standard in crankbaits since, I don't know, the 2000s. But I'll take you back beforehand. The Normans were the thing to throw in the day. Norman crankbaits, and they've evolved. And before that, it was wiggle warts. So as of today, right now, Jeremiah, my favorite crankbait, my go-to crankbait, this is a two-part question for me, honestly, and a two-part answer. One, during the summer months, I like more of a rattling, a louder crankbait. Those Azumas have a very unique sound. I like throwing them when colder water hits. Yes. But I'm going to tell you, my go-to crankbait, if I had to choose one crankbait in my entire box, if you're going to put this on me, I like it. I like the question. I like the challenge here. It is going to be a 8XD in short truce and blue. Or I would do a equivalent of an 8XD in, I'll pull it up here over here, Rick. Yes, I got him right. Or I would do it in a 6 cents. I do like the Cloud series, but it would be in a short truce in blue.
Right.
Or I would do it in the Azuma short truce in blue. Why?
And that's what I was doing.
I mean, the fish see it so well. Hey, Jonathan, man, what's going on? Jonathan Harding. We got a lot of old 18 Pro Staff guys in here tonight, and Jonathan just missed it. I was talking to Jonathan.
Brown, and
yep.
In there too,
yep. We were just talking about crankbaits yesterday. Me and Jonathan.
How are you?
Yeah, we were talking about crankbaits. Guys, I'm going to tell you this. I seen Lance Duff down at the Splash, and we were talking about crankbaits. Lance put a picture of it up the weekend before. I was telling everybody, like, if you're going to go to the Splash and stuff, I would throw this color crankbait. Lance Duff cashed a check on that color 8XD and, caught a good fish. So if I had to choose one crankbait, short truce and blue. And in an 8XD, why? I can still throw it 24 foot and I can grind it in 13 foot. But it would be that one crankbait.
Yeah, I was staying shallower. I was staying like it'd be like 6 foot of water. I'd be on come off that point and it'd drop off in it. So I was on that point.
Yeah.
When it drops off. I mean, that's when I was getting.
Did you hear what Rick said? And you guys hear me say this all the time on my page. You've heard Rick say it. Grind the crankbait into the dirt. Rick was doing that earlier in the spring with the DT Demon that him and I were both throwing. It was working all over the lake.
I got a second place.
Yeah. Yep. BJ Garner says, I like watching you guys and listening to you, to your knowledge, even though it's far and few between. Keep it up, fellows. Well, hey, thank you so much for that, man. Thank you, BJ. We appreciate each and every one of you in here tonight.
Yeah, I was just actually I was on the Hank Creek side. I was just entering the points.
What's up, Tommy?
And I got up to a
yeah, it's popular.
I got up there at that point, 5 boats there, and I just think, oh, right, I drill out yards away.
Yeah.
I threw that big old blue fleck crossbait worm in there, and Terry was talking to me. I turned around, cause I just wait for it to settle, you know.
Yep.
And, I mean, my line just started taking off. I wound up having like 13, 50. It was just enough of blowing. It kept it tolerable out there.
Let's see.
Yeah, but it was a tournament for. I had a lot of fun. Mark Hobbs won that winning tournament.
Yeah.
You know, great fisherman. But and the I was trying to tell everybody was a tournament. And you cranking new boats.
You don't have to. You don't have to have it. No, you don't have to do that.
3 strings on the front and 3 on the back. I just went history. I knew work back in all the time I've been fishing on radio.
I think that Rick, you hit it in the head. I'll answer a couple things. Hey, Jeremiah, you're welcome, man. No problem. Absolutely. Thank you for your question. Randy Lewis says, I was even throwing a crankbait Saturday, caught several, just no keepers. Yeah, Randy, you're right, man. Look, I was burning my crank. I was telling Rick, man, I was burning it, and I caught a bunch of fish Saturday. I ended up catching, I think, a 3.5 on it, and then I caught one close to 5 on a jig. But in order, like, they're really bait fish oriented, and the crankbait is my go-to. I might sometimes maybe little ones, sometimes maybe big ones.
Yeah,
you know,
you never know.
It just depends what school you pull up on. You know, and Rick's right.
I mean,
you don't need live scope. You don't need 360.
I mean, if you get points, obviously, with your red clay points out there,
you just throw it.
Just get on it and start cranking on it. I was using the 8-to-1.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I was using the 8-to-1.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was humming.
How you doing, Trace Martin? I'm glad to see you in here, bud.
And I think, like one thing I learned watching Keith Holmes is, a lot of people hold that off to the side, crank it, or you got to hang on to that rod.
You put your straight down?
If
yes.
you put it straight,
yeah.
like if you it's the crankbait, and it's just so much easier.
Yeah.
It's just those little things, you know, like that. Burn and stuff.
I'm rubbing off on Rick.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I was burning that crankbait all day. I mean, it's all beat up.
I'll tell you this. Rick's not lying. So he called me and he told me, hey, man, I got second place. I'm like, congrats, man. You know, it's good. And hi, Monica. Miss you. And Rick's like, hey, I'm driving. I'll call you back. I never heard from Rick that evening. I said, what happened? He goes, man, I got home. I put my stuff up and I let down. And I was whooped. I said, hey, baby, welcome to the big boy league. Just crank, you know.
After that morning bite, like I say, about 9:30.
9:30, that was it.
Man, that morning bite goes away when it does, then it's just heavy dragging or cranking. And me, I'm just a reaction bite guy that I love that reaction bite. That Azuma, I threw a 6XD. Wow, but it just bait from.
Yeah. Hey KJ, what's going on, bud? Glad to see you here.
But that Azuma 9 to 12 hopper, I mean, doesn't have so much That's what I like about it. Guys may like it, may
Yep.
not like
Hey, Billy, what's up, buddy?
it. And it's definitely got some.
Yes, sir. Hey, guys, Zilla Gear Outdoors in the chat. So if you guys got any questions about these awesome jerseys, drop it, and they're going to answer it for y'all. Here we go. We got a question. Hey, keep dropping those questions. I'm keeping track of it while Rick's talking about what he's doing. George Weaver says, how do you get the fish to bite when there is shad skimmering the surface everywhere and nothing's busting them? Rick, I'll let you answer first, and then I've got a good answer for that one, too. Go ahead.
Okay. I throw a H2O, and Chad's got a
Yozuri.
Just real close to it. I throw an H2O. I'll send you of it. Find it anywhere because it's out of everything.
Yeah.
But I had a little H2O. Not real shiny. It's sort of a dull chrome.
Yep.
But it has a blue stripe down the side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a 3/8 morning when I went out. I hammered after another with it. Exactly what you're talking about. There is bait fish everywhere. Right at the surface. And this thing dives down about a foot and a half.
Yeah.
And so it's just a little crankbait. It's an H2O.
It's basically like I would like to call a wake bait.
Yeah,
it's almost a wake bait, is what you call it. It doesn't go below. Now, here the other thing I like to do too is, so one, to answer that question is, George, I'll tell you this. Yeah, they're discontinued, Terry. That's correct. You can't get them. Look, Rayburn had such an amazing shad spawn this year. As we all know, the water was still relatively high, to an extent during the spring. But as it was starting to drop, there was such a phenomenal shad spawn this year that I'm going to say this. I wish there were stripers back in this lake to knock down some of the bait. You were right, George. I literally talked to Jonathan Harding about this, which he's in the chat hanging out. It is really hard to get fish to commit to your bait when they don't have to even really move to go get it. I mean, they could set up on structure, and we've talked about structure in our podcast and our lives all the time, guys. They could set up on structure, and I'm going to use this right here as a brush pile. They set in that brush pile when a ball of bait comes by, and you could test my theory. I dare you go get a jerk bait and rip it over the top of brush piles. They come flying up, and they'll get a mouthful, and they go back down. So what I've been doing, and it's high risk, high reward, and you can't do it unless you have a live scope. I'm sorry. I mean, this is the advantage to having a live scope at sometimes. I've been whizzing mine through the top of the brush piles, and when I hit the brush pile and I whiz past it, I literally watch about 15, 20 bass come flying out, and they compete for it. And they usually get to it for the bigger ones. So what I would tell you is, if there's so much bait around, George, what do big mamas do? And Rick already knows the answer to this question. They lay below the bait school, and all those little 2-pounders and spots that are hitting it and those baits floating down and they're dying, they sit on the bottom and suck it up. So slow down. Maybe throw a jig, throw a Cinco, a poche rig like Rick likes to do.
I love the poche.
Let it flutter down. If it gets past the marauders up top, you're probably going to get below the bait, okay? And you're going to get bit probably with a better fish down there. I'm just saying. So that's the answer to that question. What else do we got here? I'm going to look real quick, and then, Rick, you got anything to add? Kay and R Outdoors, Fishing with Pennies. Hey, how you all doing? Thank you so much for joining in tonight. Gary, welcome. KJ, welcome. Rick, what else do you got to add to the up north before I kick it in the south?
Like you're talking about, though. I think I called you that. Hey, I do a brush pile today.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I got one.
Yeah, they're eating it.
I said, it hit stems. I mean, all those brush piles are not 25, 30 foot.
No.
Right now, they're about
15 12 foot deep.
Yeah. And I threw that little zoom out there. I mean, hit a little limb. I guess it reflected off.
Yes.
And when it did, boom, that bass hit you. Pounder you. Yeah, I mean.
Hey, what's up, Michael Luce on YouTube side? What's up, buddy?
Yeah, the crankbait, I mean, I'm just not just a wacky worm guy. I like throwing crankbait. I love rides and stuff. Hey, that
I'm going to tell you right. Look, I'm going to tell you. When I told Rick I was switching over to a lot of Azumas, I'm not sponsored by him.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by him.
No, I'm going to tell you what I like about the Azuma and Timmy Horton's design. And what it is it's, how do I like to say this? It's kind of like a Cadillac ride. It's kind of like when you throw an 8XD, they dive so steep, so fast that it works you. The Azumas have they dive just as fast, I promise.
Yeah,
but they are a lot less work on you the way that the body's designed. And what I'll tell you by that is, and this is where attention to detail makes all the difference sometimes. The Azumas on the side are more of a flat. They're not as rounded as an 8XD or the XD series. And I have no doubt that it really helps with the dive. It's more streamlined. Hey, what's up, Luke Allen? How you doing, man? And I think that's what makes it easier on me. Because if I throw a Strike King 8XD or 6XD or whatever, 10XD all day long, it wears me out. I'm not going to lie. It wears me out. Now, if I throw an Azuma all day long, I don't get worn out nearly.
My hands didn't hurt.
Right.
You know, I threw the for a while because I was in water right there on. I said, well, I'm going to throw D down through here. I can't get. I threw it about 10 or 15 times. And I just went back to throw. Hello.
Yeah.
And coming back with it. Like I said, we had a nice little bait fish. Helped us out.
Yeah, and so, you know, Rick finishing up there what he's saying about the north end. Here's what I want to start off by saying where I've been fishing everywhere. Brandon, reached out to me, some stuff that I haven't announced yet, and I've got a picture sitting here. Hey, Brandon Smith, welcome, man. I've got a flyer / thing in front of me we'll talk about in a second. So I will tell you this. Be very, very careful. I see that question, Jeremiah. Rick.
I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I've got it right here next to me. Brandon, I'll answer that. We'll answer your question next, okay? Be very, very careful about where you're running on the lake. I'm dead serious. Rick could tell you right now. I told Brandon, he's in the chat, that, man, look, the boating lane up north is so skinny. It's about one boat wide right now. And if you get outside the boating lane, you're going to be idling, and it's going to take up a lot of time to get to a lot of spots up north. Because I'm telling you, like Rick fishes up there all the time. I've got other buddies that fish. I went up there a while back, and I'm going to be honest with you, for me, where I'm putting it at, it's not worth me to run up north right now, because realistically, the lake is fishing pretty equally. You know, I mean, Rick's caught some good fish. I've caught good fish in the mid-lake area and even on the the east arm. And I just think you need to decide where you're comfortable running and just stay to those areas. So what I've been seeing where I'm at, my biggest producer is a crankbait right now. I'm setting up in 18 to 20 foot of water still, and I'm setting up on drop-offs just like Rick's doing. So that tells you the pattern's about the same. I am burning my crankbait as fast as my sweet little hand will reel, and just hang on. And realistically, guys, it's so hard to target these fish right now, because 1 minute on my 360, they're right here. On the next pass, they're 100 feet to the right. They're literally following the bait fish. Big bait fish ball, bunch of fish, and they just follow them until they're ready to feed. And we've talked about this last year in our fall setup for, like we did, like how to be successful in the fall. Guys, right now, you're just going to have to really if you find fish, and like I said, in 18 to 20 foot of water, I can track those fish. They're only going to go in. They're only going to go into the pockets. They're only going to go in to those creek channels, the drains. They're heading in, okay? Water temperature I saw Sunday when I was out, I seen 74 to 76 degrees.
It was 71.5 this morning.
Rick said 71.5. So now I'm going to answer a question, and I'll keep talking about what else I've been doing in Mid-Lake to help people out. Brandon says, what's the first big cold front going to do this week for the bass? I'll answer it first, and what I'm going to tell you is you need about a week of sustained cold weather to really going to get this lake to kick in. A few days of cold weather is going to help. It's going to help what is already there. It will help get the fish. Like if they're out here, this week's cold front will help them move over here, if that makes sense, a little further in. Okay. Now, like Rick said, the fish that are already there, they're going to get more active. They're just going to get more active and be willing to bite more.
Thing just, I noticed that's what I was doing. Find out what I noticed. Hot water bite slowed down. That little crankbait bite.
What's up, Hal?
I was doing. I mean, I was. But hot water bite, I blow ups and inks. That told me something. Hot water bite's not gonna. And so I just went with that. I picked up all H2 crankbait, started throwing it around on right next.
What's up, Christopher?
Right next grass
and
even the lily pads, and I would start pulling out down fish. Just grass.
So, you know, as you hear what he's saying, they're bait fish oriented. Okay. I'll tell you another thing. So other at the mid lake, okay, and south, I've been really doing well on crankbaits, rattle traps, lipless crankbaits, whatever you like. Rick said, you know, lipless crankbait. You could rattle trap is coined term by Bill Lewis, rattle trap. So lipless crankbait is the real terminology. And jigs. I've been throwing a black and blue jig because the watercolor's kind of nasty, and I've been pairing it up on the back. I've been putting the cross baits Captain Crawl on the back of it because I want a lot of paddle tail. You know what I'm saying? So when I pop that jig, I call it the slow pop. I pop that jig, and those fish are sitting on the bottom ambushing fish on structure, guys. So when I pop it, the Captain Crawl flares up, and when it flares up, I get a reaction bite. So what I'm telling you all is, you hear what we're saying about this. A lot of stuff is reaction bites, and I'm going to go back to what I'm sorry, I can't remember who asked the question. How do I get the fish to bite with so much bait fish around? Well, you got to get them to react. Start throwing some jerk baits too. I've been having some success on jerk baits, spinner baits, Hilandaro Blades, the spinnerbait company that I'm with. I've been throwing that shad color spinnerbait, and I've been catching fish on spinner baits. I think you can go shallow, or you could go deep down there where I'm fishing, and you could be just as successful. Shallow is getting over pressured in my neck of the woods. You got about 300 Bassmaster Open guys that are just, you know, they're checking the fish, they're feeling for the fish. Okay, just like I do or Rick does. You go check it. You go check it. So I've been spending a lot more time deeper. Brush piles. There are bass in brush piles. I can tell by all my live scope that they're overpressured down there right now because everybody's fishing so much with the open, which is fine. But I will tell you this. Doesn't mean I can't catch them, because I've been catching them out of the brush piles. I just have to be different about it, right?
And timing. You know,
yes.
Timing's I could go to places first thing in the morning to catch fish. All of a sudden, it shuts down. I can get off of it, hours, come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
I catch as many fish, but I can still. Just like Chad talking about that reaction bite. I'm throwing crochet rig or MJ rig.
Yeah.
You know, just I'm putting willow with that willow leaf back of that. I'm throwing it out. I'm using it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm throwing it out. It gets to the bottom.
Yeah.
And let it sit. Sometimes when I go to hop second time or whatever,
yeah,
boom, I got a fish on there, so it's set the hook time.
That's what I call slow pop.
So
I learned that from my dad. It's just called slow popping.
Just, you know, bouncing it, all that great. There's high driller out there in 12 and 13 foot water. That's another key thing. I was pulling up high driller with that Luma. But that's where the fish were at. I was catching fish in there.
What I'll tell you this is, like what Rick said. So Rick's talking about the grass. Another thing I did at Mid Lake, and guys, it can be intimidating going to fish the grass right now because it's come back so well. You need to break down what you're fishing on the grass. You've got 100 yards of grass, guys, gals. Okay, 100 yards of grass. Those bass are going to be in an area about the size of your car hood. That's about where they're stacked up at. Now, I've been punching the hydrilla with a 1 ounce weight, with either the PW Rooter or the Captain Crawl. something streamlined that can get through the grass. I've been punching it, but I'm not throwing it way up there in the middle of it where it's a thick mat. I'm looking for the nooks. I'm looking for the holes. I'm looking for where the grass, I can see that there's a clear defined emerged, and then it breaks down and there's 5 foot of water underneath. I'm punching through it. Shake, 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 shake. I'm out. Punch through it. Shake, shake, shake. Out. Punch through it. Fish. Throw back to the same spot. Fish. And usually y'all get 2 or 3 fish out of one spot. But I'm not catching as much as that would make me go want to fish that in a tournament. Yeah. I would absolutely take a Carolina rig. I would take a flute on the back of it, a Sicko from Cross Baits. I would also take the PW Rooter. I would even throw the Captain Crawl. Big colors for me right now, Rick, is a South African special if it's cloudy or dirty water. The other one is, well, I don't have a tournament coming up. I wasn't going to let this one go, but Blue Fleck works everywhere.
Blue Fleck works like early in the morning. Sun comes up.
June Bug Red. I'm giving you free information. I was going to hang on to that one, but it's all about us sharing information.
I just had a guy gave me a post of, hey Rick, Cross Baits ocean here.
Yeah, I've thrown red bug. I don't think I'm getting bit more over the red bug than black and blue. I've been, guys.
Black and blue is a staple.
If there's 3 colors, I gotta have. Okay, black and blue. Green pumpkin, and I'm going to go with watermelon red. That's my 3 colors.
I can't get on watermelon red.
This year, no. This year I can't either.
It's been black and blue, black worm, and money.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, see, I'm stuck between
those are the
watermelon candy. I like watermelon candy.
Once that sun gets money is so I believe. Throwing that out there in that grass, water, bagging that, wait on it.
Yeah, no, and he's right. Michael Luce on the YouTube side, he says, I'm watching. I can see all of it. I'm going back and forth here with Rick.
We got cameras everywhere.
The bite should be getting better is what he says. He's right. It should be getting better, so that cold water will start to help. A lot of guys are saying the lake's turning over. It's close. It's just my personal opinion. I don't think it's flipped yet. It's getting close. It's tough. You know what I mean? Because it's well, the water's so low that the pressure has changed in the lake. Guys and gals, this is the first time. What's up, Danny Cross? This is the first time this lake has been this low since y'all had the big low.
I think 2007.
That was before I was even here. So the pressure's changed in the lake. What happens when you add pressure changes drastically like it's getting? You get bubbles. People see bubbles, they think it's flipping over. It is a sign that it will flip over. So, I think it just depends kind of where you're looking at right now. You know what I mean? I'm telling you right now, it's not flipped yet mid-lake. It's getting really close. It could have flipped up north. I don't know. I haven't been up there, guys. It's just too treacherous. I'm not running from Humphreys all the way up. It ain't happening. You know what I mean?
I've seen some pros.
They're running on the right side.
They're running on the right side over by Hank Creek and all that.
Don't run on the Peckerwood side. It's only like a 2 foot deep over there in the boat lane. So don't go on the right and run it.
And if you long cut,
Danny, you're good. I know you had a flight, and Rick and I want to be rich and famous like you, Danny. That's all. Got her ass, Danny. I did see something in here. Jeremiah Bumble. Chad Marler, you're absolutely right. Black and blue is a color that will produce fish. The 7-pounder I caught was on the crossbait black sapphire. Rick knows he saw the post. Yeah, you're right. Black and blue. You can't go wrong with it. And this is a really good time right now to throw out. I grabbed something that I want to show y'all. Guys, everything that we talk about, we give a lot of free information away that a lot of guys have to pay for. You know what I mean? And Rick and I do this to help everybody out because this is what we enjoy. This is what we love. Rick already knows what I'm about to say. I'm going to hold it up, and I'm going to announce it later. But since y'all in the live, this little wonderful flyer right here, okay, it's, I guess you can call it, since you're all part of the Average Fisherman family and the Fishing with Rick family here, I'm going to be guiding full-time on Sam Rayburn. So if y'all want to get out there and you really want to learn how to catch fish like Rick and I are talking about and break it down, I'm going to be guiding full time now in Sam Rayburn. It's a big decision, but I've got good people that support me, and I have no doubt that I'm going to create an experience for anybody going with me. I'm not only going to teach you how to catch fish, and we're going to have a great time, but I want you to understand why the fish are there. I want you to understand what Rick and I are talking about. If you decide to book a trip with me, why are the fish right here, right now? Why are they biting the poche rig? Why are they doing this? I want to teach you all. Hey, thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Hey, I appreciate you all. So I just want to share that. I couldn't do it without the support.
And I get people ask me, hey, can I go out? Hey, this gives me an outlet. I'm not a guy. He got a beautiful.
Rick got to see my boat for the first time today.
Beautiful Phoenix out here. I'm telling you, I'm so jealous. I'm running a 2002 X2. That's this boat out.
Thank you. Marcia said my wife said it was my last one for a while, so unless I want to live somewhere else.
That boat right there should last you. Oh.
Terry said electronic. Yes, I offer electronics trips. I set Rick's Lowrance units up. I helped him get it dialed in.
Yeah, and then you have Ronnie Holder, a friend of ours. Armin Live. Armin.
We were seeing fish's eyeballs.
With the hummingbird.
I had a blast that day. I was even telling Rick, I said, you want to see something cool? He's like, what's that? I said, come here. And he got in the front of the boat with me. I said, you want to see what fishing pressure does? He's like, what? Rick watched the fish go from the top of the brush pile. Whoosh, they went underneath it. And I said, you ain't going to catch fish now. And he's like, I can't believe I just watched that. And I said, that's how they know. They feel the pressure.
And that's the stuff you learn. I'm not electronic. That's the reason. I fish the way I do. My skag, I have no paint on it. That's how
he's dead serious about that.
I'm shallow. I love.
I raise Rick's motor when we're messing around. I'm like, Rick, you're dragging. It'll be all right. I reach down and raise that motor. I'm like, I can't listen to it, man. So
that's how shallow I like to fish. But it doesn't. But I mean, yeah, I'm learning new stuff. Like I say, out there and I fish. I have to right now. Water's so low.
Yeah. Michael on the YouTube side. What are my rates? All right, guys. So, hey, Chrissy. Hey, I welcome you and Greg. That's another great old 18 pair that's doing their thing. I will offer full day trips for $450. I will offer half day trips for $350. Electronics trips, guys. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to book 8 hours of electronics. I can teach you what you need to know in a half a day trip. I will go. We will get in your boat. We will tune your graphs in. I'm more. Yeah, I seen that. Danny says at least you have a skeg. I more or less want to stick to Humminbird and Garmin. I can do Lowrance. I'm just not a big fan of Lowrance. That's just my personal opinion.
And I'm not either. Not sponsored by. We're not sponsored by any electronic thing. Because I have a problem with my Lowrance. I have. I'm gonna make 5 different.
Yeah.
I punch 5 different buttons
to get a
mark a waypoint. With the Humminbird, hey, you want to mark this? Yes. That's
done.
it.
Yeah. I'm the same way with Garmin. Done. Boop.
And that's what I like about.
Yeah.
I mean, my next purchase.
Yeah.
For marking waypoint, I just can't get to it. But I mean, all the stuff got to move and everything else. Waypoint on France.
And I know that, like Rick's talking about, I am shooting myself in my foot, giving away so much information, trying to guide. But at the same time, I like to say this. Rick and I can both give you a bait. We can tell you how to go fish it. But you got to know how to set up. Ralph, hey, Ralph, man, I really appreciate those kind words. Ralph says, congratulations on your new chapter in life. It is a new chapter in life. It's a little spooky. And I really appreciate that, Ralph. Thank you. And that's what I told Rick. I consulted Rick. Rick's like a mentor of mine too, other than like my own family, and I talked heavily with this about Rick and Monica, and it's I've got good people to support me. I just got to get some trips booked. So if you all want to do it, hit me up. Rick gets to go for free. I'm sorry, I can't charge Rick that. So coming up here soon, if we can work it out, Rick's going to be on the water with me, and I owe Mr. Cross a trip. If Mr. Cross would ever stop pouring baits,
God, that's the hardest working guy I know.
He won't stop, and he's not doing it for us. He says he's doing it for us. He's doing it for you all. You know, Danny. You know, he really, guys. I can't. The guy's working really hard. So hey, how about this? Y'all throw some thumbs up for Danny. He just asked, how y'all feel about a new 6-inch Cinco maybe seeing you soon. He's asking you all, not me or Rick. He's asking you how you all would feel about that. So here on this side on YouTube, Big Bass 5 says Garmin units are definitely more user friendly. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something I like about Garmin, Rick. I like so on Humminbird when I'm idling by, if I want to mark something, I gotta I scroll over at my graph and I hit mark. Yeah. With a Garmin unit, I can go buy it, and if you got a bunch of people on the lake, I can go back in time and go back and mark something. Because what does people do when they sit out in the lake and they see you mark something when you're close? What's over there, Rick? Now I can go 100 yards down the way and then start touching my graph and go back. So hey, Big Bass 5, yeah. How about a 4-inch Sicko on the YouTube size? Danny says, how about a 4-inch Sicko? All right, look, Danny just blew up the chat with that question. So, Danny, Danny Cross, my dad likes a 6-inch Cinco June bug. Gary Hutchinson says, sounds good, Danny. Danny, I got a thing for you. Chad throws 8-inch Cincos during the summer, weightless. And if y'all think I'm crazy, that's what I do. If there's an 8-inch one, I'm letting it float down, and I throw bigger ones during the spring.
Yeah, you throw Wormzillas and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw a Wormzilla weightless. And, yeah. I think a 6-inch one would be very, very successful.
I'd like to see on a shake.
Yeah. I mean, so I like that because it's different than the Wormzilla. It's different than the Skinnyzilla.
A little bit finesse.
But you still got the length.
Got the length.
Yeah,
right.
I like that. I do. 4-inch maybe after first of year. Okay. Yeah. So you guys are blowing it up. Yeah. You know what? That's interesting. On the YouTube side, big baits equals big bites. Yes, it's fewer bites, but when you get bit, it's good. Mike Watson, another old A-Team Pro staff up in here tonight. Guys, thank you for the support. What did it say? Here, let me go back to my phone here. Dang, didn't catch the notification. What's up, gents? Well, Mike, I made an announcement that I was. Okay, Danny says 6-inch split tails next. Mike, I made the announcement I was going to be guiding full time. So we talked about a lot about Rayburn catching you up. What's been working? Don't be running around without knowing. Guys, Danny's asking, what about 6-inch split tails? I like it because I like to call it the super split tail. Okay, I'm not going to say the other one that's in another brand. I would, look at all that right there. There you go. There's your answer, buddy. I love the split tails, weightless jerk bait. Yeah, so a soft jerk bait. I'm going to tell you another one that y'all are overlooking, and it's called a Zaco in the Yamamotos, but Danny makes them for cross baits. If y'all ain't putting one of those behind your chatterbaits, and chatterbait season's coming, y'all are wrong because the little tail on that thing Danny's got designed is so real that it's serious. Done on both. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Cross baits just said done on both. He's making it happen. Guys, I've been saying this, and Rick's been saying this for a long time now. Danny's the next big thing. Cross baits is the next big thing, being innovative. And if that doesn't show you tonight on our live how much he cares about the angler community, I don't know what does. Okay. Weightless 6-inch makes a good wake bait. KJ, I agree. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a guy in the chat right now that won the Big Bass Splash last year, and he's won it 2 years in a row, and he likes the Sickos. So I guarantee that he's going to be liking that 6-inch version. That's Ralph. I would agree with that. You know what? The Sicko season's coming. And as it begins to continue to cool and it gets more and more fall-like. Now, hey, I'm going to tell you this, what's going to happen. We're going to get this cold spell, and you all going to go out there and get your winter jackets and start throwing traps, and then it's going to be 90 degrees in 2 weeks. Okay, so don't get all wound up. Jeremiah Bumble says, whack 'em and split tails are the best soft jerk bait. I do. Hey, my favorite split tail color, since Danny's got the chat just riled up on us. Okay, I like Green Pumpkin Magic. I can dye the tail on it, It gets a little shine. I can throw it in dark water. I can throw it in cleaner water. I would say the other one would be sprayed grass.
Grass or
Yeah. Candy, watermelon candy is another one. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Oh man, somebody typed a big one. Look at all the thumbs kicking in. That's awesome. Jeremiah says that we love Danny. Let's go, hardest working man on the baits ever. Give him some likes. Hey, guys, I agree. And you know, I think that I'm not gonna. It's not me and Rick's place to say, but Cross Baits is gonna be heading in a direction that it's gonna be pretty awesome. So. You know, that's the man, the myth, the legends thing.
Hey Jay, he makes a tilapia magic.
Yeah, he does. Actually, tilapia was a very good summer color for me this year. Yeah. On the YouTube side, Chad, please don't jinx the RTT tournament on the 29th with hot weather. Hey, Michael, you'll see me and Jonathan out there fishing it too. We're hoping to be shallow ourselves. Look, I love fishing deep. I do. I love it. But God dog, man, I'm ready to get shallow. I'm ready to throw some lipless crankbaits. I'm ready to throw some frogs. Like Rick and I had that amazing frog bite in May. My thumb hurt so bad. Dude. We caught so many frogfish that day. I'm ready for that to come back. I'm ready for the square bill bite, man. I mean, I love throwing the Alabama rig, but, dude, I like this fall weather when I can get up there and chunk and wind. It's a blast.
And one of the questions.
Yeah, look, I'm fishing against Mr. Cross again. He's probably got a prototype bait he's going to be using the RTT.
He always does. But, you know, there's asking about, you know, crawfish. Water's going to be a lot cooler.
Yeah, because Michael on this side, Big Bass 5, saying, you know, we need some, need to get cooler. He's talking about the crawl colors over here earlier.
I mean, I throw that
I've thrown the crawl colors. I kept it honest. Check on them. They ain't hitting it yet.
I got a Fritz side 7. Throw right down there. And that's the thing I'm doing. I'm just sitting.
Top secret.
Water's cooling off. I keep them honest. I caught 20. Couple of 5s and 6. I mean, just fish after fish. I keep them honest and range right. Water's cooling awful way. Long did it? I kept apple red. I throw it. Ed was up here.
Yeah.
I was sitting there just pulling pounders after another. Like, how you doing that? A demon, man.
It was going on like just that is one thing that Rick and I both agreed on this spring. I was throwing that same color demon, doing the same. I mean, on clay points, just racking them, and it was a time of day too.
Yeah.
When that wave come in the morning, then it would die off until around lunch when it started heating up, and you get another
go
wave.
Back in there.
Yep.
I mean, you out again. That's what
Jeremiah, you can't pull for Danny. You got to pull for Rick or me during this tournament. Danny does not count. You can't do that.
Yeah, we just that water temperature like that. Start throwing the battle traps and the rainbow red and
that color. Oh, it's just my go-tos.
Those are all the colors. Hang around my area. I tell her,
yes,
Michael.
Michael. Yes, Michael. Me and Jonathan's gonna fish the RTT together. Yep.
Slow down on driving. Telling you, Harrison. Slow down on bait press.
Yeah, I was telling y'all, dragging that jig. Like, I mean, I'm dragging it or slow pop, like Rick and I were talking, just boop and let it sit.
Let it sit.
Hey, what's up, Rusty Young? We were just talking about.
Young. We're just talking about.
We're just talking about your RTT, and we're talking about all of the peeps that's going to be in it. Danny says free bag for base for Jeremiah Bumble. Chat stuff.
Jeremiah.
That's awesome, though.
Hey, Virgil.
Hey, Virgil, what's up? Jeremiah says Chad Marler third, Rick Caldwell second, Danny first. Hey, Jeremiah, I got one for you. Come fish against me, and then we'll see what happens. Look, I ain't worried about Danny. Danny's going to catch fish. I know Danny's going to catch fish. But we'll compete together. I like it. I like the friendly. I like the camaraderie, Mike Watson says RTT is right at the beginning of the next rotation. Man, Mike, I'm sorry. You're probably gonna be back up there in New York freezing though, or South Korea on your orders. So, we got to get together before you rotate, okay? So before you leave, Mike, you and I's got to get together. I'll come to Toledo and fish with you. Jeremiah Bumble, yes, yeah. Guys, I want to say this: as much Raz as Danny giving us all side bet. Oh, that's, here we go. It's kicking off. Hey, look, Danny's going to go to places where I'm not familiar with running, so I have no doubt he'll come over like a 7 or 8 pounder. Danny comes back. He's like, "Hey, remember I said that at least you got a skeg? My skeg's back in the truck right now." Oh. Virgil says, "Sounds like I got in on the one late." Let's see.
You can always go back and watch it.
Yeah, no, you can go back and watch it. YouTube side, Charles and I may see you too on some of our shared holes. Yeah, you might see us. I ain't gonna say. I'm gonna leave that out. Me and Jonathan talked about a plan, and we got a good idea and a good certain color that we're gonna run with. And I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm going to look at a lot this weekend, but I'm not going to get so wrapped up on what the open guys do because I know next week it's going to change again. Yeah, it's just going to change.
Start warming up. And that's the thing about it is, guys, is I have a plan. I mean, I didn't have a plan because I had to go. I've been sick all week.
Yeah.
But I really didn't have a plan. Back at think about Facebook, you go back and see what. That's when I started. That's what saved my tail. Got out there and
yeah.
I haven't.
Jeremiah, look, man, I get you. I'd love to get you out fishing, man. I'll tell you this, like, we can work something out.
Your dad's got a new Ranger.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
take you out.
I mean, Jeremiah, like, hey, $450 for a full day and $350 for a half day. It's I know what you mean. It is a lot of money. It is. That's a lot of money. I like to put it on this side.
That's a lot of boat out there.
Well, and it's the gas is expensive, and I want to try. And all you got to do is show up in the boat and fish with cross baits and my gear. If you want to use my gear, if you don't want to use my gear, then you don't have to. But I'm going to offer a service like if I take Rick out fishing and he's booked a guided trip with me, like I said, I'm going to teach him how to fish, why we're fishing it, why we're doing it, and we're going to have a blast. I can't always guarantee that we're going to go smash fish. That's not how that works. Yeah, I mean, that's not how it works, but I'm going to teach you something because I want you to go teach something, okay? So I want you all to learn. I want you to create a good experience. What else we got here? As we're closing out here, we're getting close. My Vanna White said it's about time to go. Hey, Mike, before you leave, we got to get together, dude. I'm telling you. Jeremiah says, Chad Marlowe, I'd love to have a friendly competition, though. We can do that. I would love to do that for you. Do that with you. It's a 2015, Ricky.
Oh.
2015. Wait. That's when Johnny Morris bought him, right?
Yes. He got the last one before Johnny Morris bought him.
Okay. Okay. What was the next question? Gas is expensive. Rick Caldwell Sr., that boat has 715 hours on it. It isn't new. Well, I mean, you know what? I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need a expensive bass boat. You don't need live scope. You don't need 360 to go catch fish, guys. That's one thing Rick and I try to stay true about. You don't need all this crap to go catch fish, okay? Fishing's about spending time with friends, family, and creating memories and enjoying God's handiwork out there. It brings me peace, okay? And the fishing industry is as great as it is, Rick. I think it's starting to get lost, the true meaning of fishing. And you don't need all of this stuff. Like, I'm blessed that I'm able to have some of this stuff. I'm blessed that I'm get to go, and I'm sure Rick, feels the same way about getting to do what he does. But fishing's not about having a Phoenix boat or a Skeeter boat or live scope. It's about enjoying good time with friends and family and creating some memories. And I get haunted by a double digit out there all the time. Rick's got a bunch. I still don't have any. I'm kind of butthurt about that.
And that's the thing, guys. I mean, I said it. A lot of times it's just I'm sick. I've been fishing off and on my whole life. On and on. But
Stratus, 87 Stratus.
but about the time on the water, I mean, what's a rank?
99 champion. I like champion.
So, that's what I do with a lot of my stuff. Everybody always. Sometimes I don't even see the bite if it's hot water because I'm looking at what's going on around me. Bait what's fish blowing up?
Especially when
if
you're
I see
fishing
a ball
tournament,
just head just come up and all of a sudden they're like, and then you throw it goes with a OMJ rig right in the middle of them and hang on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, God bless. Hey,
yeah, it is. Well, I mean, well put. Guys, gals, thank you all so much for joining in. We're at 8:01, so we're at a point where we're about to sign off. Guys, if you want to book a guided trip with me, just catch me at Average Fisherman, #Chad Marler, or if you can't find me, get with Rick, and he'll point you there. $450 for a full day. Just one more time, people are asking $350 for half. I will do electronics trips. Okay.
Electronic trip, as if you're not
just knowledgeable
do half a day.
About half a day.
If you're not knowledgeable about electronics, Ed can. I've firsthand knowledge of watching a guy work on.
It's fun, and it's like I like to teach people that. Like I try to teach Ronnie. I can dial it in all day long, but I want you to be comfortable with your own graph. So I'm not gonna go out there and push beep 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 and then say good luck. No, I want you to do it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I'll tune it in, but I'm gonna show you how to do it. So. You know, it is. So if you guys know anybody, please refer them to me. I'm very honored and humbled to have these wonderful sponsors that support me and support Rick. Guys, without them, we couldn't do it. And without you all, we couldn't be doing what we're doing right now. So thank you all so much for the love. Guys, I think this is, unless Rick's got anything to add, I think that this was a great live. Corey, I'm sorry you're coming in late. We're getting ready to sign off, brother. But you guys can all catch this on Rick's page or over on our YouTube page at Rick and Chad Live, Sam Rayburn on YouTube. If you all could, just go over there and hit subscribe for us. It helps me and Rick out a lot for content.
Absolutely.
So, guys, I'm going to say it, and I'll let Rick always sign off last like I always do. As always, God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Until next time, Marler, out.
Thanks for watching.